What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. VP Tactical here. Appreciate you folks coming back, and definitely wanted to give you a update, as I mentioned prior before, with respect to the AR style HK, AK pistols, etc. And definitely, I think some light. I don't necessarily say light at the end of the tunnel, but at least we have some folks that are supporting us, and that's what this follow-up video is about. And definitely, before we get started, jump in. I want to say, if you like my content, hit that like and subscribe button. All of my stuff, for the vast majority of it at least, is pretty much self-funded, and I just want to put the news out there and also share my experiences with you folks and talk a little bit about guns, gadget, gear, and anything that's essentially relating to the Second Amendment, especially anything that could potentially affect us directly. And so here, what we're actually looking at is a letter from quite a few local state representatives that were concerned about the ATF's reach and what's going on with respect to their determinations with, rifle-style pistols, if you will, or AR, AK, again, HK pistols. And so this was a letter to the folks, the acting director at the ATF, Ms. Regina Lombardo. And essentially with this, I'm going to go through and read it for you, so that way you have an idea of what it is that they had said to the ATF. And it says, "Dear Attorney General Barr and Acting Director Lombardo, I have a right to share concerns about the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, ATF, practice on relying on non-public standards in its regulation of the importation of Armalite, AR, styled pistols and pistol stabilizing braces, and to ask you for your attention to this important matter. We appreciate your prompt attention to this request. ATF initially welcomed the advent of pistol arm braces, and then in 2012, ATF issued guidance which stated the attachment of arm braces to large pistol platforms does not constitute the manufacture of short-barreled rifles. This determination, consistent with the law, clarified the attachment of a pistol fixed arm brace did not constitute the making of a short-barreled rifle, SBR. Subject to registration requirements under the NFA, and of course you'd have to pay your tax stamp and then wait that whole period of time for it. And it said also that it made these important safety tools more readily available to those who need them. In addition, we fast forward here, it says, this year the standard has been made less clear. Through private letters, ATF has indicated it now considers firearms the length of pull over 13.5 inches as being designed to be fired from the shoulder, and consequently classified as SBRs. Additionally, in letters to some gun manufacturers, ATF privately stated that even firearms which fall under the 13.5 inch length of pull can be classified as SBRs based on the collection of indicators, of which a list has yet to be published. And from what I understand with that, it's a point system that ATF uses to determine whether or not, or the legality of something, or whether or not it's legal. This year, ATF had ordered at least one maker of AR pistols to cease and desist production based on the Bureau had reclassified the manufactured pistol as an SBR. A lot of folks will probably know that as the Honey Badger. And it says the firearm industry has requested ATF to provide the industry with an objective, fact-based criteria, and while the original cease and desist order has since been temporarily suspended, the matter of concern remains for gun manufacturers and law-abiding gun owners across the country. And so, essentially, at the end of this, what they're saying is that, they're backing us as gun owners, that there's so much ambiguity when it comes to their creation or stipulations attached to firearms in general, particularly our AR style pistols, etc. And they want further clarification. And so pressing on here, it says, given that SPRs are regulated under the NFA, the new classification could require gun owners to purchase a tax stamp in order to remain compliant within the law. By privately disclosing this new classification to gun manufacturers only, ATF actions could place millions of American gun owners out of compliance within the law overnight. Consequently, actions like this could have the effect of inhibiting the exercise of Americans' Second Amendment rights, which I couldn't agree with more. Accordingly, we respectfully request the following information no later than December 7, 2020. One, that all internal instructions, directives, or guidance to any and all employees and or contractors assigned to or working with the Firearms and Ammunition Technology Division, FADT, formerly known as Firearms Technology Bureau, containing the criteria, factors, or indicators to be used to make the determination of whether a firearm is a pistol equipped with a stabilizing arm brace or an NFA firearm, ergo a short-barreled rifle or short-barreled shotgun, including without limitation, length of pull. This request seeks such documents in whatever form for both criminal and civil determinations. 2. Copies of all publications through which the ATF has made such guidance and criteria available to gun-owning Americans and gun manufacturers. ATF has a responsibility to clearly and distinctly articulate its position in order to inform the public of changing regulations as soon as possible. A know it when you see it approach to firearms by the ATF can quickly become a slippery slope for all legal American gun owners, as well as government firearm regulation enforcement. This is particularly true when ATF chooses to exercise its regulatory authority through informal and or private opinions rather than formal rulemaking. Thank you in advance for your prompt response. Sincerely. And you'll see here there's quite a few senators that we actually have on this list. Mike Braun, James Risch, Mike Lee, Tom Tillis, Steve Daines, John Cornyn, Todd Young, Michael Rounds, Kelly Loeffler, James Inhofe, Josh Hawley, Ted Cruz, David Perdue, Charles Grassley, Tim Scott, Marsha Blackburn. And that pretty much rounds out the list of folks that had supported this letter to the ATF. It's unfortunate that we didn't have more on board, but I'm grateful that we at least had these folks to stand up for us and say, hey, you know, what you're doing is not right. At the end of the day, you're creating so much ambiguity, and it causes, you know, potentially a lot of anxiety and stress. I mean, your scenario where something's legal one day, but then the next day, on a whim, you decide to change your mind. It's absolutely asinine. But anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this little segment. Like I said, this was a follow-up to my previous video. Stay safe and healthy out there. I know it's been some unusual times, but I do appreciate you stopping by the channel. Again, hit that like and subscribe button if you like my content, and also that little bell so that way you know as soon as new content's posted. As always, be safe, stay vigilant, and have a great day.